A good friend of mine, Darren Post, wanted me to do a walk around on the 1200. It's not working, so I can finally do one. Let's start with the bucket here. We got the 8.8 yard bucket on her. As you can see, it does not have quick connect. Some of these large ones, the 1250 and these 1200s, it's an option to get a quick connect on it. This one doesn't have it. To change the bucket, we do have a larger bucket, but to change it, you got to pull out those main pins right there. That's the bucket link, or the dog bone. That's the stick, or the dipper. That's the bucket cylinder. This is the bucket. 8.8 yards heaped. That's what they rated at. Teeth. That's how big the teeth are. They're probably 14 to 15 inches long. Deep tub bucket. It's really deep. It's narrow but deep. Got some guards on the side there. Up top, got the boom. It seems to be a long boom with a mid-length stick. Up top there, that's the stick cylinder. They cost about 80 grand. There we go. Boom cylinders. 2 of them. They look to be upside down. Now, I don't know exactly, but my theory is they're upside down so the operator can see the seals. If the seals are leaking, they'll be visible. Versus if they're upside down, like on most hose, you can't really see the seals and if they're leaking. This one has a auto greaser on it. We'll take a look at that after. But right now we're looking right in the doghouse. In the doghouse, there's all sorts of stuff there. Swing motors and... That's the turret. I think it's called the turret. Inside there's swing bearing and gears and all sorts of fancy stuff. Track frame. Front idler. So this thing is past my waist. This right here is the height of my head. I'm 5'7". So up there, that's pretty high. It's about 7-8 feet. Got a light. There's underneath there. Under the track. Under there we got some rollers. The tracks on this look narrow from a distance, just the size of the machine. Makes the track pads look narrow, but they're not. There's my hand. These pads are probably 36 inches wide. Got the track pads for shoes. The rail. Track frame. Inside the track frame, there's a think it's called a tension spring or something like that. It runs off grease, compressed grease. Right in there is a little hole. That's where you'll find the grease nipple to add grease. You can use a grease gun or whatever. It's not very hard to do. However, inside that spring there's compressed grease, and it is really compressed. If you back it off the wrong way, you'll have stuff shooting everywhere. Very dangerous. There we got a step. I don't think I really like these little round bar steps on the 1200. I prefer the ones on the 1250 better. They're a lot more rugged and not so slippery. These get very slippery, but they're nice. You just have to watch out for frost and rocks. You can't have nothing close to your tracks, or these will come off really easy. So underneath here, got a guard right there. It's called a rock guard. This one has 3. They stop rocks from going inside the track and the rollers. They also help keep the track on from jumping off. Now, the top, we got the upper rollers. They carry the track and take out any slack. If your track is loose, the way you measure your tension is lift this track right off the ground and measure the sag between the track frame right here and the rail. You measure the distance of that sag, and then you'll know how tight to have your tracks. Back here, got the drive. It's a big one. It's huge. There's my foot. These tracks are right at my eye level, so probably, I don't know, 5 feet or something. There we go up there. We got all sorts of fans, intercoolers, all sorts of good stuff. The counterweight. This one weighs 17 tons. Pretty heavy. It's underneath there. So the way that you get this counterweight off has hydraulics. Pops off, lowers down. Underneath, I can walk right under with ease. There's the back there. So right here we got the lines going to the drive motors. You can't see the lines, they're protected. This thing's a beast. I don't know what that is. If I had to guess, that would be to drain something, either fuel or oil. Not sure. Ooh, block heater. That would be probably the blow-by hose for the engine, for the crankcase. We took a look at the bottom. Now let's go up top. On the catwalk, It's really wide right here. You can fit 2 people standing side by side. EX1200. Nice big long catwalk. Got some railings. Little light right there. This little switch right here, it's like a master on a cat, but it doesn't control the power. This switch does, it turns off the power to a fuel pump. If you try to start this with it off, it won't start. The engine will crank and turn over, but no fuel will get to the engine. It shuts off the fuel or something like that. Got some doors right here. That's just the unit number. Wajax. Let's take a look inside these doors. Got a lever there to open the second one. There we go. We got 2 air cleaners. Main pump in there. Got these other pumps. All sorts of fancy stuff here. Lots of room in here to work on stuff. I'm no mechanic, but looks like it'd be nice to work on. Now, back right here, there's plugs for lights. There's actually lights that go on the back top of this counterweight, but we took them off. There's a dipstick. That would be probably for the drive motor. I mean the hydraulic motor pump. We took a look inside there. Right here we have another door. Let's go inside here. There we go. Got some steps. In here we got filters, all sorts of stuff. Little compartment. There we go. So in here, right here, is the hydraulic tank. Now, down in here we have all sorts of stuff. Swing motor, hydraulic lines, you name it. There's a lot right here. There's the boom, hard lines, soft lines, going everywhere. Over there, we got the main fan. This thing's huge. It's not very loud, but it moves a lot of air through all the rads and intercoolers and stuff like that. Right over there is the fuel tank. Not sure how much she holds. Probably 2,000 liters, maybe more. Got some more doors here. Let's open them up all the way so we can get a good look. That's a double door. Here we go. This is Cummins diesel. Got another fan in there. filters. It's nice in here actually. There we go. Got the big ass turbo, air intake, air lines going to the intercooler for the turbo. Probably has a lot of boost on this thing. So before, when I was under, I seen that little valve, and it looks like that valve is to drain the oil. Right down there. There's one for the oil, one to drain the fuel. Powered by Cummins. This thing sounds sweet. Let's close this double door. Twin air cleaners, exhaust, and mufflers in there. Has a big cage or guard around the muffler. Little sight glass there. I would say that is for the coolant, seeing as it's right by the fans. Got some steps on each side here. I'm going to go up and take a look up here. Got the good old pirate flag. There's a fuel tank. Got antennas on this thing. Tint on the cab. Right there, got some grease nipples. This does have an auto greaser, but you can also add grease with the grease gun or whatever. It's up the boom. Some more steps. Lots of handrails. In here we got the auto greaser and a grease gun. I think it probably runs off of air. But yeah, you got the long hose there. And you can grease yourself. Looks like right there is a pail of grease. This is the auto greaser, and this is the grease gun. Lubrication. Shows all the different points there, so you don't miss nothing. For those who don't know. Okay, so this ram on the boom cylinder, that's my hand. That's a big ram. There we go. Let's climb down and take a look inside the cab. There we go, we're at the cab. Let's go inside. The door got tint on the side windows. Bottom window, nice dark tint. Tint up there. Tint up there. Tint all in the back. It's nice and dark in here. It's it reminds me of like a disco bar or something. Makes operating much nicer. You don't have sun glaring in your eyes all the time. Without the tint, seeing there's so many large big windows in this thing, it's super bright and it gets really hot. Anyway, this is just like all Hitachi / John Deere cabs. Seat is comfy. Just up, down, forward, sideways, everywhere. Got the joysticks. These are my favorite style of joysticks. They're nice and large. The way I run hoe, I palm the top for whatever weird reason. Got the screen. Inside that little screen, the control center there, if you know the password, you can adjust the engine. You can crank the engine. You can turn up the hydraulic pressures and pumps for the tracks and main boom, stick, cylinders, all that. Give her more power. Not recommended. You don't know the password anyway, but I do. On this joystick, this is the strong button. Oh, no, that's the horn. My bad. So in there, we got all sorts of buttons. Cab's nice and clean. Nice light up there, LED. Now, this window is a solid window. It doesn't come up. Doesn't open. You don't need the thing to open anyway. But this cab is huge. Got this side. Normal Hitachi armrest. Controls for lights, throttle, rabbit, all that sort of stuff. Entrance lights. So this is a Hitachi, but it has cat controls. Got the pedals. Safety. You put the key in right there. All sorts of stickers and information. You get a nice view from these big windows. I would say the only thing I don't like about these Rams being upside down is you get glare from the sun on them. Kind of shines in the window, but besides that, they're okay. Still kind of weird to run. I'm used to them being upside down, but there we go. There's the bucket. Ooh, there's my truck. So, Darren, I sure hope you like the walk around I did here. I tried to make it, you know, cool, informative. There's the 1200. I ran her lots, and I love it.